In this quick tutorial, we will show how to personalize settings, but also how to reset everything to default settings when we get lost. So let's start with the get lost part. You can easily set all settings to default by clicking on your profile and then select Preferences. On the left lower corner, we can see Reset to Default. So let's do that. Fusion will warn you since everything that we have changed will now be set to the default. Press OK to reset. Press Apply and OK to confirm. We are ready to personalize, so I will show you some settings that are, of course, personal. Let me quickly draw a shape so you can see the effects from my changes. In the lower menu, let's check the visual style. I like it the way it is, but you can, for example, show edges. You can experiment with all the settings. We will not show them all since there are many. For the visual style, I like shaded, no edges. Same for the environment. Again, it is on gray room, and that's fine for me. But for example, in photo booth mode, the background is white. That can come in handy when you want to have a snapshot of a design to put in a presentation or on a website. You could easily remove the background when it is white by using Photoshop or GIMP. So let's set it back to gray room. With the graphic style, you can tell if high detail is needed or not. That depends mainly on your computer specifications. I have an HP Omen device with strong performance, so I like to have the best quality. In the Effects menu, you can activate or deactivate features. Keep in mind, by doing that, it can influence the graphic settings since you will override things. You can play with it. Remind that you can always reset to default easily. For the camera, you can set it best to perspective to have a realistic view. Setting an offset on the ground plane mainly affects shadows. You can play with that, but I leave it as it is. The full screen mode can come in handy to use your screen in an optimal way. It hides the Windows bar, giving you all focus to Fusion. Another quick setting I like to disable is the layout grid. It gives a better view on Outmodel. The good thing is, for sketching, it appears again, since in sketch mode, a grid comes in handy. On the left, we have the zoom function, the panning, and the orbit mode. You can enter these by clicking, but remember, it is much easier to get used to the mouse functions that can do exactly the same. Check our quick tutorial on that, Basic Mouse Functions. You can find that on our website in an organized way or on our YouTube channel. In the menus on top of the screen, I will make some changes to adapt it to functions that I use most. In the Create menu, we have the Create Form and Automated Modeling. I do not use these a lot, so I will exclude them. To do so, go in the drop-down section and unset the flags by hitting the three dots and uncheck the Pin to Toolbar function. However, the cube is interesting, so I will set that to have access to it quickly. Two other things can be set. You can pin functions to the shortcuts. Now at first, it seems to do nothing, but when you simply press on the S key on your keyboard, a pop-up window shows up with all functions that we added to the shortcuts. The advantage is, we do not need to remember all short keys, and we can put as many as you want, and it is also possible to resize this menu. The Shortcuts menu is also available in sketch mode, and there we can add all kinds of sketching possibilities. So that comes in very handy. Within the Shortcuts panel, there is also a search panel when too many items are in, so you can again quickly search for example, extrude. If you want to reset all your modifications on toolbars, just click the right mouse button and select Reset All Toolbar Customization. In a similar way, we can set short keys like, when pressing the E key, the extrude function comes up. So let's select F3 key to access the Create Box function. So when I press F3, I can directly start to create a box. By pressing the Escape key, we quickly exit this mode. The disadvantage: you need a good memory when you define a lot of them. It's fast, yes, but using Shortcuts menu with the S key can be sometimes more interesting if you want lots of easy, accessible functions. That's it for this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to have access to more quick tutorials, or use our website to find what you need in an organized way. Thanks for watching.